What is going on, guys? It's your boy Az. We are back here with another quick video for you guys here today. I wanted to get this out to you guys earlier in the week, but unfortunately I just didn't get around to it because I was working on some other stuff. But anyways, I do apologize for that. We have the Nulls of Echoes of Abyss coming tomorrow, so I want to get this out to you guys so you guys could have it something in your hands meanwhile you're doing the event, or even having a look at this before the event takes place tomorrow. So we will talk about the 5 characters here on the top here. I hearted them so you guys can see here. Blastar, Living Mummy, Quasar, Daemon, and of course Hyperion. The 2 Taunters are, there for obvious reasons, but it is the other 3 that are going to be the main damage dealers doing percentage-based damage, which is basically going to take it's going to take Null's health down to size for us. And actually, it's funny because I do believe people posted it on Facebook and on Reddit that it is actually possible to do it with 4 characters as well instead of 5. So it is doable if you have some time and patience for it. So Quasar is going to be the quarterback, and he has that basic. He's going to be able to double tap with the vulnerability tags, and that's going to take 20%. 10% each time he hits. So when he does a double basic, he's going to take 20% of Null's health. Just like that. That's going to bring him down to 80%. We'll have footage of that later on for you guys. Blastar, he can do the same thing. He doesn't even have cooldowns, so he's going to do that with his special. And same thing with Daemon. He's going to also be able to do that with his special as well. So really, really good stuff there. So right there between the 3 of them, that's 40% of his health, just like that. So in theory, that means you need about 2.5 turns to take him down. And that's going to get you the minimum unlock, whether it's at tier 19 for the minimum. I think it's difficulty 4, if I'm not mistaken. And then, of course, if you want all the mods and all those extra goodies, then you can do it at the, I think it's like 270,000 points or something like that, 270 mil or something. But anyways, we'll get into that when we actually do it. The footage that I'll play for you guys is when I played against him the last time he was here. So what I did was I just recorded some of the footage from my other video and slapped it on to this one, so you guys can actually, see. Now, do keep in mind, this is not the only way to do it, but I do find that this is most likely and the most commonly used method to get him unlocked. Unfortunately, if you don't have Quasar or Blastar unlocked, it does pose a problem, and you do kind of have to power through it with other key characters and a big, rounded roster between Accursed, Thunderbolts, Brimstone, Immortal Weapons, and yeah, just kind of using all your key pieces together to kind of make that work. But otherwise, yeah, guys, we will jump into the gameplay here so you guys can see the formation. We have the 2 Taunters on the outside for their purposes of keeping Daemon in the middle there, because out of the 3, he is the weakest, so that way he can kind of be alive. I feel like Quasar can heal himself, and Blastar has the barrier as well, so they are a bit more tanky, and I also have them in diamonds as well. Daemon is also quite beefy and tanky, but I still feel like I want to keep him in the middle because I just feel like he isn't as resilient as the other 2. And that's just, I don't know if that's true or not. I should actually look at their stats, but that's just from my personal experience playing through it. So that's the formation there. And like I already said, if you do have only 1 Taunter like Living Mummy, this can still work. So this can still work. Oh, I need to turn my sound off. This can still work. It's just, it just takes bit time. All right, so we open up here with the big alt, and this is going to allow for the vulnerability tags to land, and that's important because we want Quasar being able to double tap here with his basic. So that's going to take 10% and then another 10%. So as you guys see there, his health drops 20% now, down to 79. And then Blastar is going to do his thing now, and he's going to throw his special onto Null as well, and that's going to take 10%, bringing him down to 69 now. And then Hyperion, it doesn't really matter, but we do throw the special here so we can get a taunt on him as well. It's good to kind of divvy up the damage, and helps out because it rebounds back towards the other side. So it just, so placement is important here in terms of where you want Hyperion. And then, of course, we're going to throw the ultimate here so we can get Daemon some speed up. That's going to allow him to move at 50% increased speed, if you guys had seen my speed video, so that gives him a little bit more speed. And then, of course, we get back to Quasar now, and Quasar is going to do his double tap, bringing the health down to under 50% now. So now we are kind of in the zone here where we're in a very fortunate situation, because basically we only need Quasar to double tap one more time, and one more hit maybe from Daemon, because now he's at 27. So three hits essentially from somebody, or one hit from Quasar, one hit from somebody else. Hyperion does his thing again, clearing the board here, and of course it helps every time we kill somebody, because it feels that turn gauge or the turn bar or the speed bar, excuse me, if we're using proper terms here. Damon's going to do his special right here. That's going to take another 10% chunk, and we're home free. Once we do that 10% and he's under 20% health, we can basically double tap with Quasar, and the rest is history. So hopefully that makes sense for you guys there. That is pretty much that in a nutshell. So about 2.6 mil. So I was wrong. I think I said 260,000. So that was wrong. I apologize for that. And yeah, for the most part, I feel like a lot of people are going to be able to get this one done here pretty quickly with that. We'll jump in now with difficulty 4. Difficulty 4 is basically the minimum unlock. I found this was the best way to go, so then you don't have to slap all the mods on. If you go difficulty 3, I think you just kind of miss it, and you have to slap every single mod on, and it's incredibly difficult. I tried it. Even with my characters, it was hard. So, yeah, so we'll go in here, difficulty 4 with nothing on, and you'll see that we have the exact same strategy. It's not going to change anything different from what we used before. We're going to open up with Damon, and then we're going to double tap with Quasar, and then Blastar, and then the same rotation. And that's kind of it. That's the formula. We have tried this with Immortal Weapons, and we have tried this with Brimstone as well, and it just doesn't work as well as this percentage health-based damage because of the fact that we're taking direct chunks of his health. Whereas the other one, yeah, it's just like we're basically just like you're trying to power through it with just pure damage, and it does not work. Although Damon does help, though, having him on the team. So he opens up, like I said, with the ult. We're going to apply the vulnerabilities. If there's no vulnerabilities there, just exit out, reset it. Quasar, double tap there, and right there we've already done a huge chunk of his health because he is a little bit weaker than the other version. So right there, 30% of his health is already gone. We're going to throw the taunt on again with Hyperion. That's not anything different from what we did last time. It's going to be Living Mummy's turn. We're going to throw the ult again. We're going to get speed up to Damon. Damon's going to take another turn here right after that because of the increased speed. Actually, yeah, honestly, I don't even know if we need Damon for this, but it does help having Quasar and Blastar. You can probably throw Thunderstrike if you don't have Damon, or if you don't have one of these 3 pieces, you'd probably be able to bring Thunderstrike because he also has that percentage health drain as well. And if I'm not mistaken, doesn't Satana does that too? I think she does that as well. But anyways, yeah, like I said, lots of variations. This is not the only way to do it. It's just the most commonly method because I got to be honest here. I think Dorky Dad was the first person that actually did this. I don't know if this was the exact team he used, but it was very similar, and he was the one that broke this out first. And of course, everyone kind of just copied him. So shout out to him for actually figuring this out due to the percentage-based attack, health, damage, whatever you want to call it. So Blastar finishes, or sorry, not Blastar, Quasar finishes it off with the double tap, and there you guys have it. So that is it in a nutshell. That was difficulty 4. And we did difficulty, whatever the max one was, 11 or 10 or whatever. I forget the numbers. But anyways, so again, these are the 5 members. This is the most commonly used method. There is all other alternatives that you can use, like I said. One being, I think, if you do have Thunderstrike. Thunderstrike is another good choice because he does have a 10% ult that comes in the form of his, his Rolling Thunder. So he'll hit 10% and apply trauma. And again, he has that synergy with Blastar as well. So I feel like he would be another solid choice as well. And also when when his allies get attacked, he pings back at them. So anyways, yeah. So anyways, that is kind of it, guys. Hopefully this helped you guys out. If you guys didn't know how to attack him or you weren't aware of how to approach the boss fight with KNULL, but now you guys know. And if you're already familiar and you know this was just kind of a boring recap, great. I don't care. As long as it helps somebody out, I'm happy with that. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Always a pleasure. I really appreciate you guys' comments and feedback all the time. And yeah, just honestly, hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day. And we'll see if there's any updates from Scopely side of things. And if there is, you guys will see me in another video. Thank you, guys. And see you guys in the next one.